Hey guys, today I want to talk about expats and how they need something to live for. You know, most expats over here were retired. And when you think of a lot of retirees and stuff like that, you think of people living alone. And most of the expats that are in the Philippines are pretty active. We're a pretty active group, both physically, a lot of us. I mean, I go walking every day. I'm a little bit overweight, but I mean, we're active in many ways, socially. But there are some expats that sometimes they fall through the cracks. They don't have a lot of friends. They don't want to be hanging around with a lot of the other expats for whatever reason. And sometimes I can't say I don't blame them, because some of the other expats can be kind of rough sometimes. They're a little rough around the edges. What I want to say is this. Here's the thing about living long. Older people need something to live for. And that's one of the main reasons why a lot of expats come over here, because they want to get a girlfriend over here or what have you. I mean, yeah, we have sexpats over here, but we also have regular expats that want to get into a relationship. They want to get married, or they want to live with a girl for the rest of their lives till the day they die. And that's what they're looking for, so they don't have to be alone. They have something to live for. I was reading this article in the PRA newsletter, and it was kind of talking about that a little bit, about how people need to be needed, okay? And if they don't have that sense that they're not needed anymore, they just kind of give up on life and they surrender it, and their health just starts deteriorating really fast, and they eventually pass away. And you know something? It's one of the reasons why I wanted to kind of form an expat community here. We've been talking about this for quite a while, but it's kind of one of the reasons why you should be kind of around expats in some way, shape, or form to a certain extent, or at least be in with your Filipino crowd, you know, your Filipino family, to the point where you feel comfortable and you feel wanted, okay? The thing about an expat community is it kind of gives us the feeling of home a little bit. I know some people out there say, well, you know, I'm trying to get away from Americans. I don't want to go there to meet Americans. Well, you know what? The great part about my life is, if I don't feel like being around Americans, I can tune them out. But there's a flip side of that too. I also have made some great friends, which is awesome. And they've made some great friends with me. And we've got more people in here. We've actually had 2 people come this week. 2 people. One I have not met yet, but he just rented an apartment. The guy's name is Steven, really nice guy. I met his girlfriend, and you know, he's gonna be coming here. He's gonna be probably one of the new people in the expat community around here. He'll probably join in with us and hang out with us too. And then we have Paul, okay? We got Kenny, and we got Nathan on the way. We got Brooke, and we got many, many more coming. We have another Paul also who's coming. And all these people are gonna be part of that community. And the great part about it is we're gonna be close. And we're gonna do things together. We're gonna try to keep tight, you know? Friendship is everything here in the Philippines. I wanna have the community that's really, really tight, really, really close, and it's gonna look out for each other. When people have problems or something like that, you know, we can look out for each other. And that's the key. A lot of expat communities, when somebody gets sick or something, they don't wanna go near that person because they're afraid that, you know, they might end up, you know, holding the bag or something like that. You know, I don't mind going looking out for somebody, but also the good thing about our community is I try to teach people like how to do things safety wise, like life insurance, having an emergency, you know, backup account, or you know, have like some emergency money around or whatever. Make sure that you're ready if some, God forbid, you go to the hospital or something, you have everything ready and in place. Possibly have an insurance policy or whatever that's going to have a card that will pay the hospital right away when you're sick. These are things that are key. They keep you safe. If you don't have those safety nets, you know, then it leaves a burden for everybody left behind that has to kind of take care of you or whatever, or people that care about you, whether it be a friend, a girlfriend, a wife, or what have you. You want to make sure you have all that in place. So I just want to, you know, kind of put that out there, that we have to kind of look out for each other in that way. So it's really important that we feel needed, and we look out for everybody, and we look out for their needs too, but they're also going to look out for our needs. And a lot of people don't want to get involved in that. And you know what? My girlfriend, if something happens to me, she knows what to do. And that's the great part about it. A lot of girlfriends don't know what to do. When somebody dies or something, they're kind of like, what do I do? Because most guys won't have that talk with their girlfriend. They don't have the talk. They just don't want to. It's uncomfortable. The girlfriend will say, I don't want to talk about that. Well, you know what? You have to have that talk. You know, we just lost a couple of expats recently. And sadly, I think part of that was that people weren't told what to do, how to take care of it. It's just something that happens here that people just don't want to talk about, how to take care of things when they die. It's kind of an uncomfortable conversation. It's a conversation everybody should have over here. Everybody should have over here. You need to have that talk, okay? But also remember, guys, when you come here, make sure you put yourself in a position where you feel that you're needed, that you're wanted. If you're not wanted or needed in that community, wherever you may be, get up and find another community, because there's some other community out there for you, waiting for you, because they'll take you in. Whether it be a Filipino community, whether it be a Filipino family, whether it be just friends, or whether it be a bunch of expats that will accept you, what have you, there's always a place out there for most expats. Not all. There are some out there that are pretty tough situations. There's some expats out there that I'm not sure anybody would take them in. I'm just being honest, you know what I mean? There are those people out there, unfortunately, and there's not much you can do for those people because they're kind of their own worst enemy. But anyway, guys, I want to throw that out there, you know, just to get you guys thinking a little bit, that make sure you're wanted, you're needed, you feel comfortable. It's going to extend your life, okay? And that's what it was saying in the story, that it will extend your life. It'll extend it a lot. Being loved and wanted, huge. I feel more healthy here than I did in the United States. I feel more healthy here because of the fact that I know I'm wanted and I'm loved here, okay? Because I have good friends here, because I feel like I can love people, I can be myself, and I'm loved back. My neighbors, I when I go out and see my neighbors every day, I tell them, hey, I love you, Pax, or I love you, Sai. You know, I tell both of them I love them, both him and his wife, you know, because I do love them. You know, I love their little girl. Their little girl is my godchild. And it goes like that with many people in my neighborhood. You know, I tell them I love them, or they know that I love them. You know, it's one thing I learned in my life, that my father really never said, I love you much, but you could tell that he did. And before he passed away, I started telling him I love you. And he started saying, I love you too, Steve. You know, and I remember the last time I saw him, and it would have been terrible if I hadn't have started that, because he wouldn't have said it. Because I always wanted to hear those words come out of his mouth. And he wasn't a person, he would show you the love, but he would never give you, you know, like he would never say the words. The words would never come out of his mouth, but he would show you and let you know he loved you, but the words rarely ever come out of his mouth, if at all. So when I started saying it to him, he started saying it back. And the last words out of his mouth to me was, I love you, Steve. And I walked out of the Chelsea Soldiers home, and he passed away a couple days later. And I'll never forget that, because that's the sweetest way to remember somebody when they pass away. You know, and be that way with your family too, and you'll get that love back, and you'll live longer. Anyway, guys, God bless. Take care.